Palantir is further correcting today. Price dropped even lower. Investors are skeptical. Analysts are dropping their calls. However, something massive happened today, and it might turn everything upside down. No one expected what Elon Musk did today, and this might save Palantir and push to new heights. What is happening? And what on earth am I even talking about? Well, let me explain. Disclaimer. Today's gotta hurt for Palantir investors. The stock just keeps sliding, and in the past day alone, it's taken a brutal hit, dropping nearly 30%. One analyst broke it down, saying Palantir has been a wild ride lately, full-on roller coaster mode. From the start of February up until the 18th, the stock skyrocketed, gaining over 50%. The hype was real, thanks to strong earnings and bullish sentiment, pushing it to new highs. But then, just as quickly, the excitement turned into a sell-off. In the past 4 trading days, counting yesterday's after-hours dip, Palantir has given back a huge chunk of those gains, tumbling hard. Make it longer. This has to be a gut-wrenching moment for Palantir fans. Just a week ago, the stock felt unstoppable, hitting new all-time highs day after day. It was like a dream come true. Investors watched their portfolios climb, confidence was through the roof, and everyone thought the rally had no end in sight. The idea of getting rich off Palantir didn't seem far-fetched. It felt like a matter of time. But today, reality is hitting hard. Palantir didn't just slow down. It slammed on the brakes. The momentum that had everyone excited suddenly vanished. And now, instead of celebrating new highs, investors are left wondering what just happened. Was this just a classic case of euphoria? Was the hype overblown? And the bigger question, was this a bubble? If it was, has it already burst? The bears have been warning about something like this for a while, calling Palantir's run too good to be true. But is this of the road or just a nasty pullback before the next leg up? That's the big debate now, and everyone's watching to see what happens next. The fear is real, and you can feel the tension in the air. Investors are on edge, doubting whether Palantir can bounce back, while analysts are putting out their final warnings. Some are already bracing for more pain ahead. One analyst even took to Twitter to call it out, saying Palantir took a serious hit overnight. His message? Don't say you weren't warned. He's expecting the stock to drop even further and is only planning to buy back in if it falls somewhere in the $40 range. Right now, it's not just about charts or technicals. It's about sentiment. The same excitement that sent the stock soaring is now flipping into doubt. And when fear takes over, things can get unpredictable fast. So, what just happened? Why did Palantir take another dive? Well, if you look back, the big trigger for this drop was the massive announcement about defense budget cuts. And for Palantir, that's a big deal. A huge chunk of its revenue comes from government contracts, especially in defense. So when news broke that funding might be slashed, investors panicked. The fear is that if these cuts actually happen, Palantir's numbers could take a serious hit. And just the thought of that was enough to send people rushing to sell. The excitement from last week quickly turned into uncertainty. And now the stock is feeling the full impact of that wave of doubt. And just when things couldn't get worse, well, they did. Turns out it's not just regular investors hitting the sell button. Insiders are cashing out big time. Reports just dropped that they've been unloading shares like crazy, with one selling a massive chunk today. Altogether, the total insider sell-off has hit an eye-watering $4 billion. One analyst didn't hold back on Twitter, calling out the situation. He pointed out how Palantir's management hypes up the stock every earnings call, telling retail investors they're all in this together. But what they don't mention? They're quietly heading for the exit as fast as they can. For investors already rattled by the defense budget cuts, this is just adding fuel to the fire. When the people running the company start offloading shares, it doesn't exactly scream confidence. And if that wasn't enough, even Palantir's own CTO has been offloading shares. Yep, Sankar Shyam himself was caught selling a massive chunk of stock. One tweet broke it down. He sold hundreds of thousands of shares on February 20th, cashing out for a total of nearly $40 million. That's not exactly a reassuring sign. When a top executive decides to sell that much, it makes investors wonder, does he know something they don't? Is he locking in profits before things get worse? Moves like this can shake confidence fast, especially when the stock is already in free fall. Instead of calming things down, this just adds to the growing fear that maybe, just maybe, the hype was too good to be true. And here's another big one. Palantir's own CEO, Alex Karp, has also been selling. And not just a little. We're talking close to $2 billion worth of stock. That's enough to make any investor nervous. But here's where it gets interesting. One analyst pointed out that this might not actually be a bad thing. In fact, he argued it could even be bullish. He explained that insiders have been selling at scheduled times since the very beginning, even back when the stock was scraping the bottom. Karp, in particular, had a much larger plan to sell, around $6 billion, but actually cut that number way down, closer to $1 billion or even less now after the drop. So while the sell-offs look bad on the surface, they might not be the real reason Palantir's taking a hit. There are other factors at play, and according to this analyst, insider selling isn't the big red flag that some people think it is. And for those feeling the panic, one analyst is saying, take a deep breath. He believes Palantir will be back above $100 soon. His reasoning? The company just posted solid Q4 results, and all this chaos is more about outside noise, economic uncertainty, headlines shaking up the market, rather than anything actually being wrong with Palantir itself. Basically, he's saying this dip might just be a bump in the road. If the fundamentals are strong and the hype returns, Palantir could be right back where it was before this sell-off even happened. If you think the dream is dead, not everyone agrees. Another analyst is still incredibly bullish, saying Palantir's long-term potential is very much alive. He's sticking to his bold prediction that Palantir will hit a $1 trillion market cap by 2030. For him, this sell-off is just noise. Short-term dips, insider sales, and market panic don't change the bigger picture. If Palantir keeps growing, locking in more contracts, and proving its tech is essential, the long-term vision is still intact. To him, this isn't the end of the story. It's just another chapter. And just when you thought today couldn't get any crazier, something massive just dropped. And this might be exactly what Palantir needs to turn things around. Elon Musk just made a serious power move. Reports just came out that he's now fully in control of the Department of Government Efficiency. And we're not talking about a little influence, we're talking full unrestricted access. One senior USAID official even described it as God mode. Yeah, it's that big. According to sources, Musk's team now has complete control over systems that handle billions of dollars, oversee conflict zone operations, and manage financial mechanisms that have shaped U.S. policy for decades. And that's just the start. Over the next few weeks, his team is expected to gain access to IT systems at the CDC and the FAA, having already locked things down at NASA. That means everything from sensitive health data to critical air traffic systems could soon be under DOGE's umbrella. And that's where Palantir comes in. Remember when we talked in our previous videos about those rumors that Palantir might land a contract with the Department of Government Efficiency? The idea was simple. Palantir's tech is built for exactly this kind of thing. They specialize in making complex systems more efficient, streamlining operations, and turning messy data into something powerful. And now, with today's news about Elon Musk taking full control of Doge, those rumors aren't looking so far-fetched anymore. If this deal actually happens, it's not just another government contract for Palantir. It's one of the biggest opportunities in the company's history. We're talking about an agency that now has its hands on some of the most important government systems, overseeing billions of dollars, managing critical infrastructure, and making decisions that affect every part of the federal government. If Palantir becomes a key player in helping Doge run all of this, that's next-level growth. And that's why today's price drop might not be something to panic over. In fact, it could be a blessing in disguise. Right now, Palantir is trading at a steep discount compared to where it was just a week ago. But if this rumored deal turns into reality, the stock isn't just going to recover. It could go absolutely parabolic. We're talking new all-time highs, a massive shift in valuation, and the kind of momentum that could push Palantir toward that trillion-dollar market cap we've been speculating about for so long. So while the market might be in fear mode today, the bigger picture is looking more exciting than ever. If this deal is even remotely close to happening, what we're seeing now could be one of the last great buying opportunities before Palantir's next major run. But what is your opinion on this? Comment down below. If you are curious to find more, then make sure to click on one of the videos you see on the screen. And with that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, then turn on the notifications bell on this channel. Missing an important Palantir update might make you lose money, so don't risk it. Also, nobody expected what Palantir did today. Price dipped but quickly rebounded. The atmosphere is bullish. But something weird happened today. Politicians just changed the entire script for Palantir. Analysts are dropping massive bombshells. Palantir price might 5x soon. How? Well, Elon Musk might have the answer. What is happening? And what on earth am I even talking about? Well, let me explain. Disclaimer. Palantir just showed everyone who's boss in the AI stock game. Its price took a bit of a dip, cooling off to around $116 per share. But that didn't last long. In just a few hours, it came roaring back, climbing fast and even touching the $120 range again. It was a wild ride, with the stock refusing to stay down for long. Eventually, it found some balance, settling around $119, but not before proving that it's got some serious momentum behind it. For a brief moment, investors were panicking, watching Palantir dip and wondering if the hype was fading. But then, boom, it shot right back up, flipping the entire mood in an instant. Now, everyone's feeling insanely bullish. Even analysts are throwing out big signals, hyping up what's next. One Twitter analyst even went all in, predicting that Palantir will eventually hit something massive. The analyst is saying that Palantir is headed for $500, and honestly, not many people get it. Most investors are more focused on other stocks that are cheaper, celebrating when they see a quick 60% gain after those stocks took a huge dive, like a 75% drop from their all-time highs. They like to point to things like the PE ratio and act like they're geniuses for sticking with those stocks. Meanwhile, they're quick to label Palantir as too expensive because of its higher price tag. But here's the thing. Those who are diving into Palantir are the ones actually making money. It's not about playing it safe with the cheap options. It's about recognizing the value and potential in something that's still growing, even if it doesn't fit the typical mold. Palantir might be expensive to some, but for those who understand it, it's a real winner. Another analyst stepped in with an even clearer prediction, saying that Palantir's path to $200 is becoming more obvious. They're also seeing a $600 billion market cap in the near future. It's like the pieces are finally starting to fall into place for Palantir. As it continues to grow, the potential for these numbers is becoming less of a stretch and more of a real possibility. Investors are starting to see that this isn't just hype. It's a company on the rise, slowly but surely making its way to some huge milestones. Of course, not everyone is on the Palantir hype train. There's always another side to the story, and some people are still convinced that Palantir is just another bubble waiting to burst. One Twitter analyst even went as far as saying that, in his 24 years of trading, he's never seen a stock more overvalued than Palantir right now. He really doesn't hold back, calling its $270 billion market cap pure insanity. For him, the price tag just doesn't match the company's current performance or what it's really worth. It's a bold take, but it's a perspective that's still floating around the market. Here's the thing, though. This might not matter all that much. Something pretty big just came out today that could change everything. It's been reported that politicians keep buying Palantir stocks. In fact, just today, one of them picked up another solid chunk of Palantir shares. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene from Georgia also jumped in. She's on the Homeland Security Committee and has now become the fourth politician to buy into Palantir. What's wild is that just 2 weeks ago, not a single politician had touched Palantir stock. This is huge for Palantir. When politicians start buying into a stock, it's a strong signal, especially considering the timing. Politicians are typically cautious with their investments, and they often have inside knowledge or access to information that the public doesn't. So when we see a few of them picking up Palantir, it raises a lot of questions. Could they know something big is coming for the company? If this trend continues, it could definitely give Palantir a boost. More politicians buying in could signal growing confidence not just in the company but in its future potential. Their moves could even spark interest from other investors, creating a snowball effect that pushes the stock price up. Whether it's a new contract or a partnership with the government, something is likely in the works. The fact that so many political figures are getting involved right now feels like a bullish sign, and the market might react to this newfound interest soon. Either way, it's hard to ignore. Palantir is looking like a stock to watch. Here's something pretty wild that just popped up. South Korea is about to buy 10,000 GPUs to build a national AI computing center. They'll drop more details like the exact models and the budget by September, but the scale of this is huge. Now, here's where it gets interesting for Palantir. One analyst pointed out something pretty clever. What do you think South Korea will do with all the data they'll collect from this 10,000 GPU setup? Are they just going to watch it on a screen and call it a day? No way. They're likely going to use it to build something powerful that helps make smart decisions faster. This could really play into Palantir's hands, especially if they get involved in turning all that data into something useful. It's definitely a big move that could boost Palantir's position, especially with so many powerful GPUs coming online. Hold up. There's an even bigger announcement today. Elon Musk has just revealed Grok 3, the latest version of X's AI, and it's already causing a stir. Grok 3 is the new brainchild of Musk's AI startup, xAI, and it's being called the smartest AI on Earth. With its power more than 10 times stronger than the previous version, Grok 3 is aiming to take on some of the biggest players in AI. Musk is positioning this as a serious competitor to some of the biggest names out there. This isn't just a regular upgrade. Grok 3 is part of Musk's bigger plan to challenge the dominance of some of the top AI companies out there. It's definitely a game changer, and it shows Musk is all in on the AI arms race. This is huge for Palantir, especially considering what we already know about their involvement with Grok. Palantir's ontology system has been working closely with Grok before, and with the unveiling of Grok 3, this connection could take things to a whole new level. If Grok 3 really is as powerful as it's being described, Palantir stands to benefit big time from this partnership. Palantir's strength lies in turning complex data into actionable insights, and Grok 3 could be a massive boost to that capability. With Grok 3's enhanced computing power, it could help process and analyze data at a level that's way beyond what we've seen before. Imagine Palantir's system working hand-in-hand with Grok 3's next-gen AI to create even smarter, faster decision-making tools. This could mean a lot for the future, whether it's unlocking new applications for Palantir's technology or forming new partnerships that can expand their reach. As Musk continues to push Grok 3 as a competitor to the biggest AI players, Palantir could be right there, using the AI to enhance their own systems and potentially bring new innovations to the table. It's definitely a promising development for both companies, and the possibilities could be pretty exciting as this partnership evolves. This is a relationship to keep an eye on, as it could lead to some serious breakthroughs in the AI space. Here's the real twist. There are talks swirling online that Palantir might be about to secure a major contract with none other than Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency. When you factor in all the recent actions from politicians buying up Palantir stock and the big Grok updates today, it starts to feel like something big is on the horizon. Could all this buzz be the lead-up to that rumored contract deal? It definitely seems like the stars are aligning. If Palantir does land this contract, it would be massive for the company. Not only would it solidify Palantir's role in the tech and government sectors, but it would also create a huge ripple of confidence among investors. The excitement around such a deal could send the stock price skyrocketing, and given the current momentum, it wouldn't be too wild to imagine Palantir reaching that $500 mark sooner than expected. This contract would open up a whole new chapter for Palantir, potentially boosting its capabilities and reach. With all the pieces in place, politicians backing the stock, new AI updates, and a potential partnership with Musk's government efficiency project, things are looking incredibly bullish. The anticipation alone could trigger a surge in stock price, with investors jumping in to get a piece of the action. If Palantir is able to capitalize on these opportunities, we might see its price soar to heights that, just a few months ago, seemed out of reach. But what is your opinion on this? Comment down below. If you are curious to find more, then make sure to click on one of the videos you see on the screen. And with that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, then turn on the notifications bell on this channel. Missing an important Palantir update might make you lose money. So, don't risk it. Also, please share this video with as many people as possible. Let's get this news out there.